bantamweight champion of the world, Naoya the Monster Inoue. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to ask you to rise for the playing of the anthems. We begin with England, followed by the national anthem of Japan.
これより両チャンピオンの栄誉をたたえ、両国国歌の演奏を行います。ご来場の皆様、この有明アリーナのビジョンに向かい、ご起立、そしてご脱帽をお願いいたします。はじめに英国国歌でございます。続きまして日本国国歌「君が代」でございます。 ご協力ありがとうございました。どうぞご着席ください。それでは一般財団法人日本ボクシングコミッション長岡努コミッショナーのコミッショナー宣言。
コミッショナー宣言。ただいまから行われます WBA、WBC、WBO、IBF 世界バンタム級王座統一戦 WBA、WBC、IBF 統一チャンピオン井上尚弥対 WBA チャンピオンポール・バトラーの12回戦は昨日午後1時規定通り厳重なる身体検査と計量を行い両選手とも全てに的確でありましたので私はこの試合を WBA、WBC、WBO、IBF 世界バンタム級王座統一戦と認定いたします。2022年12月13日一般財団法人日本ボクシングコミッションコミッショナー長岡努。
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Nippon no boxing fan no minasama konbanwa. And we welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ariake Arena here in Tokyo, Japan, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Ohashi Promotions in association with Probellum Boxing. This undisputed championship bout is sanctioned by the WBA. The president is Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, supervisor Tsuyoshi Yasukochi. The WBC, the president Mauricio Suleiman, supervisor Mauro Betti. The WBO, president Francisco Valcarcel, supervisor Leon Panosillo. And the IBF president Daryl Peoples, supervisor Ben Kilty, along with the Japan Boxing Commission. We introduce our three judges scoring this bout from ringside. From the United States, Fernando Barbosa. Also from the United States, Ron McNair. And from Panama, Ignacio Robles. Introducing our referee in charge, he'll be giving instructions after the introductions from Hungary, Bence Kovacs. All right, fans, here we go. It's the bout you've all been waiting for. 12 rounds of boxing, champion versus champion for boxing's first ever undisputed bantamweight championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Tokyo, Japan, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, boxing's pride of Japan, the popular unified world champion tonight attempting to capture the undisputed crown. Wearing black trunks with gold trim, hailing from Zama, Kanagawa, Japan. He weighed in at 117 3/4 pounds or 53.45 kilos. He is undefeated with a sensational record of 23 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his 19th consecutive world title appearance, here is the three-division world champion, one of the acclaimed and renowned stars of boxing and pound-for-pound greats today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's first and only unified three-belt bantamweight title holder, the hard-hitting, undefeated, reigning and defending WBA, WBC, and IBF bantamweight champion of the world, introducing Naoya, the Monster. opponent across the ring, the WBO World Champion fighting out of the blue corner. Also attempting to unify the bantamweight crown tonight, entering the ring wearing white trunks with gold and black trim. Fighting out of the respected area of Ellesmere Port, Cheshire, England. He weighed in at the bantamweight limit of 118 pounds, or 53.5 kilos. His record stands at 34 wins, 2 losses, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the 2-time bantamweight world champion and the current defending and accomplished WBO bantamweight champion of the world, introducing the baby-faced assassin, Paul Butler. Once again, number 3 in charge, and now to give instructions, Bence Kovacs.
We've been over the rules in the dressing room. I want to see a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my commands at all time. Good luck, touch gloves.
So here we go from Ariake Arena in Tokyo, Japan. Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley on the call to determine the first undisputed bantamweight champion in boxing's 4-belt era. Naoya Inoue and Paul Butler. You belt era. Naoya Inoue and Paul Butler. You have to go back to when Inoue was in high school, Tim, when he took part in an amateur tournament, the All Japan tournament, for the last time he lost a fight. He turned pro immediately after that. Here we are now, 23 fights and 20 knockouts later, including now this, his 19th straight world championship fight.
Tess, for Butler, he's naturally left-handed, and he fights from the orthodox stance. And I expect him to be heavy on his jab. Heavy. Stand defensive responsible, so that way he doesn't get caught early. And limit the 50-50 exchanges against Inoue. And for Inoue, it's all about pressure and cutting off the ring. And I expect him to go down to the body of Butler to bring those hands down and eventually find that kill shot up top.
Speaking of
trying to exit, and Inoue through the right hand caught him where he was moving, forced Butler to his left hand and caught him with the left up right away.
3-punch combination from Inoue. Now Butler takes a step forward for a moment. Inoue comes back with a right hand behind the jab.
That was caught by Butler.
A defensive position of Butler. Inoue touches him to the body, put the jab to the body, came with the right hand, and finished with the left to the body.
Butler's got to get on his jab, Tess. It's the only way. He has to gain some sort of respect. He's allowing Inoue just past that threshold without giving him anything in response.
And even though some of these punches, many of these punches are hitting the gloves of Butler, you can hear the thud. And Inoue has the power to punch through the defensive prowess of Butler.
本日のメインイベントを両選手の経歴、戦歴をご紹介いたします。赤コーナー、井上尚弥、大橋事務所属、1993
You know, I think this was a quintessential round for Inoue. You know, he pressed forward, landing that jab, starting with the jab downstairs, working and looking for the angles and the shots around the elbows of Butler. Butler's playing defensively sound right now. You know, he's playing with his defense. He's keeping his hands high, and he's not allowing Inoue to get a clean punch on him. Tess, I'm okay with that at the moment. I'm okay with that. You know, he's outgunned. He knows it.
Joseph Gallagher, trainer for Paul Butler. WBO Bantamweight World Champion. Comes from Cheshire, England. Goes to the other side of the world to take on this challenge against the monster. Round number 2. There's the right hand to the body from Inoue.
Inoue doing exactly what I was saying. He's going down to the body, trying to open up Butler. Butler has to find some way to gain some sort of respect, to get respect from Inoue.
Comes forward with a double jab, does Butler.
Like I
Inoue
told you,
probing with that jab, including often going to the body with it. Waiting on Butler for a moment.
not enough offense from Butler at all. Not enough jabs, not enough combinations just yet. He's still comfortable right now, still protecting himself. He fears that power of Inoue.
Or double jab that time, a 5-punch combination. He went double jab, right hand, left hand to the body. He has landed 3 lefts to the body in that last sequence.
Tess, nice slip inside right there from Butler to land his own body shot on Inoue.
And Butler comes back with a right hand up top before going with the high guard again. Now moving to his left, got to be careful of that right hand of Inoue. Inoue taking those small steps just to corral Butler, always keeping him in range. There's a right hand and a left hand to the body that backed it up. He's been finishing consistently with that left hand to the body on the combinations, Timmy.
Yes, he has. He's one of the best combination punchers in boxing. Always balanced.
Inoue steady work with the jab. Always setting the table, creating the opportunity for offense. Now you see the head movement, something he has taken great pride in. Remember, he took that mini camp trip to the Wild Card Gym in California, said he wanted to see various styles and work on his defense. You saw a glimpse of it there with the upper body movement.
Tess, 100% of fighters need to work on their defense.
Right hand over the top from Inoue. Partially blocked by Butler.
A lot of foot feints from Butler, but no probing jab, nothing in
Just
front
not
of him.
enough offense, Timmy, to keep Inoue off.
Not
This
in
right
front of him.
hand that comes in, and 2 lefts to the body. Good body work in round number 2 by Naoya Inoue.
Vicious body work. Like I tell you guys in the past, you see Inoue throwing where Butler's moving to cut him off, to pin him on the ropes. Butler keeping that high guard. Inoue is searching for those holes around the high guard. When opponent has the high guard, you can split the guard. You can come underneath the guard. You can come around the guard. And Inoue's doing a great job right here with his defense that he says that he's been working on to improve.
It's interesting when he detailed that trip to the Wild Card Gym, Freddie Roach's Wild Card Boxing Club, and he was asked about the experience. He said, listen, I'm not used to outsiders watching me train. He said, you go there and you have sparring partners bringing family members and friends. You have people showing up to watch you train. But he said, it actually made me stronger. Inoue said it forced me to focus and lock in even more because I was taken out of my comfort zone by being in that setting, Timmy.
Tess, that's the magic word, being out of your comfort zone. A lot of fighters like to feel comfortable. No, you need to feel uncomfortable. You need to get yourself prepared for those type of situations.
Opens up this 3rd round with a combination as Butler's in that corner and desperately needs to get out. He has that left hand up, but Inoue is pounding him with right hands and mixing in the left to the body as well.
Tess, do you hear the punches?
That is the one thing with Inoue that is most obvious. You hear the power, you don't just see it. Two-punch combination again, working behind that jab.
Look at the space between. Butler's not probing, not doing anything else to occupy that space in front of him. He's just allowing Inoue to just walk straight in and do whatever he wants against him.
And Inoue always maintains that range to be in position. Look at the footwork and those small steps. Anytime Butler moves laterally like you see him doing right now, Inoue is constantly staying on him as if they are tied at the waist with a rope. Always in a ready position.
Tess, I'm just waiting on that teeter-totter combination. The uppercut, right uppercut, left hook behind.
Now explain to people when you say that. You call it a teeter-totter, and Butler finally lets his hands go as Inoue covers up for a moment. Best work that Butler's had comes here in round number 3. But what you describe as that teeter-totter, the ability to throw punches and generate torque, bringing back the offhand to create more power.
No, the teeter-totter combination is the right uppercut. So it goes up. So that side is up, and then he comes down. The opposite side is down, and it's around the elbow to the liver.
How devastating that could be. Able to slip that left hook by Butler moments ago. Remember, Butler fights orthodox, but is naturally left-handed, and he loves that left hook. Just haven't seen much of it against Inoue. It's risk-reward against the fighter with his power.
Inoue's looking sharper than ever. You know, getting right to Butler with combinations. Butler's not giving him much to return. Every now and then in spots when Inoue will neglect defense, Butler will come on with his combinations. The hook is the best punch, I believe, that Butler has landed this far in this fight.
You just saw it again with 10 seconds to go in round 3 as Butler threw that hook, and Inoue finishes strong to the bell. End of 3.
Just a vicious assault right here. Inoue cornering Butler. Butler protecting himself really well. A lot of those things was caught on the glove. But as you see, no return fire from Butler. He is timid. He does not want to open himself up because he does not want to get knocked out. Again, against the longer ropes, Inoue trying to come around that high guard. Throwing straight shots down the middle, trying to split the guard of Butler.
I think that right hand that split the guard right at the final second may be the most effective of the round right there.
I put that a punctuation right there on that round.
Round number 4 from Ariake Arena in Tokyo. Undisputed bantamweight world championship fight. 3 belts in the hands of Inoue right now. Butler has the WBO belt at 118 pounds.
Well, it's round 4, and Butler has lost every single round. He doesn't have the knockout power to hurt Inoue. So at this point in the fight, he needs to make a choice. Needs to make an adjustment. He needs to fight. Sell out now. Sell out right now. Because the way this fight is going could be ending shortly, real shortly, Tess.
And here, Joseph Gallagher calling out from the corner of Butler to have a bit of a swagger to you. In a way, finding that jab with ease. See if the right hand comes behind it. It's always interesting when we call fights from Japan how quiet the crowd is, even when they're watching their favorite superstar. Respectful, quiet, not that constant hum that we are used to like we had at Madison Square Garden on Saturday night for that card. And with that, you can often hear the corners, as is the case with Gallagher. Speaking to his charge, Paul Butler, 34-win WBO champion. Inoue closing the gap into that corner again. Left hook comes in. Inoue comes around the guard with a right hand. And even when these shots are being partially blocked by Butler, much is getting through Timmy. There's a thud right through the glove that's making contact.
Tess, you do, from a power puncher, like Inoue, when you're getting hit with those type of punches, the lights are flickering on and off in your head. Honestly, it hurts catching those shots. You need to get underneath those shots, weave underneath those shots, not take those shots on the gloves and on the arms.
But that has been the case with Butler throughout these 4 rounds. The high guard and trying to block, as you just saw right there with the left hand.
It's weakening them, Tess. No doubt. That energy that Inoue is generating in those punches, as long as it's touching something on the body of Butler, it's draining him.
Butler had a counter opportunity moments ago. Inoue able to slip it. As he has been in control through 4 rounds, Naoya Inoue.
Just more domination from Inoue. Target practice at this moment. This is punching bag work right here. You know, Butler, I understand his strategy. He doesn't want to get knocked out. He took this fight. He said that, hey, I want to be the undisputed champion, but he's not fighting like that. He rather covers himself up. He'd rather be covered up, protect himself, and not dish out any offense.
See how calm and relaxed Inoue is. Currently number 2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, according to ESPN.com. And in the corner of Paul Butler, Adam Gigley, Joseph Gallagher sending off their charge. To your point of Butler and this opportunity, he wins the belt back in April. Inoue does his thing against Donaire to get the 3rd belt. Inoue was contemplating a move up and leaving this weight class, but Butler's willingness to have an undisputed fight keeps him here at 118 pounds one last time. But Butler wanted this. He said the chance to unify against Inoue, I want that before anything else. Never a matter of saying yes or no, a matter of just when this fight would happen. And now that opportunity arrives at round number 5. And does he have enough offense, enough willingness to try to keep the monster off him and change the course of this fight?
See, now Inoue is not attacking. He's looking for Butler. He wants Butler to commit because he wants to punch in between his punches.
Butler's been on that back foot the whole time. He's been moving laterally, and he's been covering up when he gets pinned with the high guard.
Right hand to be coming soon from Inoue.
Combination from Butler as Inoue just harmlessly steps back. Very consistent work from the jab of Inoue. As we told you, he is number 2 among all bantamweights in jabs landed per round. He doubles the typical average of a 18-pounder.
Inoue is standing just outside that mid-range. He's hoping that Butler commits with something. He's looking for that right hand over the top of the jab of Butler.
There's the jab of Butler. Often comes with 1 foot out the back door, though. As Inoue waits on it, see if he can bring that right hand over the top. Now Butler with his back against the ropes. There's a 3-punch combination from the Englishman.
Yeah, he was able to land that because he got used. That's the right hand right there, Tess, I was talking about. Yep. He got used to the jab coming at the same speed in the single jab from Inoue. Butler right there doing a good job recognizing that and timing Inoue.
Closes range with the jab, gets the inside left hand, came to the body, finished with a left hook upstairs. Right hand comes behind the jab, left uppercut, right uppercut. There's that left hand to the body. It's been so effective tonight. End of 5 from Tokyo, and Paul Butler is in a deep hole.
Round number 6. Naoya Inoue, the monster. A night that could be filled with history for him as he tries to become the first boxer from Asia to be a 4-belt undisputed world champion. And with that, and Timmy, we noted we're so used to in recent years seeing Inoue with the bright dyed blonde hair or the frosted tips or the unique hair color. Tonight, he's going back literally to his original roots of the black hair, and he discussed that. He said, the last time my hair was black, I was 21 years old, and that's when I was a world champion for the first time. And now that's what he wants tonight, is to have it come full circle on a night when he tries to become an undisputed world champion.
Tess, Inoue is trying every every trick in the bag. He switched southpaw. I knew he can fight from the southpaw position. He hasn't done it that often in his fights, but he changed southpaw just for a little bit. Now he's posturing in front of Butler, trying to get him to open up.
He does for a moment, and Inoue would invite that, looking for an opportunity to land his power shot. Now a little bit of a shuffle before he sends off a 3-punch combination.
The reason why Butler's having a little success is because now Inoue is taking more chances, trying to get him to open up so he can land that kill shot.
Jab to the body. High guard from Butler, tries to split it with a right hand. Butler comes forward behind the jab just for a moment. Inoue could use a more aggressive, more willing Butler to create his own opportunities. Double jab, right hand to the body from Inoue. Three-punch combination from Inoue, and you can hear the thud.
Tess, Butler, I don't think is here to win tonight. I think he's just here to survive. That's it. He's here to survive. He's not letting his hands go. He fears the punching power from Inoue. Look at Inoue, he's having fun. This is the undisputed championship of the world, and Inoue is just, this is a sparring session for him. That's how gifted he is.
He recognizes it easily. End of 6, halfway through this undisputed world championship fight. Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley on the call with you. Good morning. Breakfast with brutality, but we haven't seen enough of it so far, as Butler not a willing challenger to create those opportunities from Inoue. So what's the answer if you're Inoue in dealing with this version of Butler?
Tess, is so difficult to deal with a fighter that is so defensively minded. You know, Inoue's pulling out every trick in the bag, switching southpaw, going down to the body. You see him pinning Butler in the corner, landing kill shots over the top. He's not able to land that shot because Butler is so dang defensive. He has a tight guard, he stays compact, and he's not opening himself up to be hit or hurt.
Is this something where you believe Inoue starts to get frustrated, or just embraces it, has fun with it, and opens up even more?
He gets a little bit more, let's say, anxious. He will make a little bit more mistakes, make himself a little bit more vulnerable, but he wants, so that way he can open up Butler.
It's a clean shutout, clean sweep, dominating form from Inoue against Paul Butler. Winner here will be only the 11th undisputed 4-belt champion in boxing history, the first undisputed bantamweight champion in the 4-belt era.
What I tell you?
Yep.
What I tell you, trying to get him to open up, but Butler's not taking the bait.
Hands down around the waist, sitting right in the pocket.
And Inoue's going to be willing. He's going to have the willingness to get hit just a little bit more playing somewhat a possum. So that way he can set up Butler with something effective.
Inoue leaning his head forward, hands down. He's looking for an opportunity, begging Butler to throw and engage.
I recognize a pattern from Butler. Wonder if Inoue recognizes it. Butler always, when he throws a combination, he leads with his right hand, followed by the jab hand, and then another right hand. So he throws a 2-1-2. I've been seeing that combination often.
Three-punch combination from Inoue, finishes with the left hand. A lead right to the body.
Inoue is getting bored.
Saying,
He said, come on, man. Come on.
Make a fight out of it.
Yeah.
Now raising the right hand. Pop jabbing off the hip. Winding up and flexing.
It's too easy, Tess.
Far too easy.
Too easy. Good combination right there from
And
Butler.
now Ali shuffle. A duck out to the left. Double jab right hand.
See, Butler has Inoue right where he wanted to get him. Get him over anxious, frustrated. And taking more risks, but he's not letting his hands go.
And there's no intention when he does. Even like the last combination he threw. Has gone past the 8th round since 2019. Of course, fight of the year was against Nonito Donaire. That all-time thriller when he fought through a broken nose and a broken orbital bone.
Just some more punching bag work right here. Butler attempted to throw a short counter. Yeah, that right there just seems like a boring fighter to me. Inoue is getting bored inside the ring. He's tried everything, pulled out all the tricks, still hasn't found a way to open up Butler and make him engage with him.
Father Shingo is trainer.
Round 8.
Eighth round. Does the script change here?
Beautiful left hook down to the body. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need to see more from Butler right there. He saw that Inoue was relaxing after his combination, and he finally came in behind with his own combination to land on the champion Inoue.
Inoue just waiting on him, putting his head right out there. Right hand from Inoue. Stop Butler's lateral movement for a moment.
Nice, good. Nice.
A combination from Butler. It's just a touch more aggressive here in round 8.
That right hook's got to go then. He's throwing that.
Ooh, both men opening up with right hands. Inoue leads to the body, then comes with the left hook upstairs. You can hear the encouragement from the corner of Paul Butler. he's sent back with another right hand that hits that high guard.
Just more of the same, Tess. Butler will have some success when he lets his hands go. Catching anyway in spots where he's careless. And then he gets on his bike again.
Look at this.
Uh-oh.
Hands behind the back.
He hit him with the
Old
Roy
school
Jones.
Then he comes forward.
He hit him with the Roy.
Got to do something. I mean, if Butler's not going to throw then, when are you going to throw?
That's a fighter. What you're seeing is a fighter that's not being challenged. So he's being creative in there just to keep himself alive inside that ring.
I like it, though. Why not? End of 8.
Nice inside right there. Nice slip inside and getting around to the body of Butler. Butler still maintaining his form and still content with just blocking. But when he does decide to punch, he's pretty accurate with his shots. He catches Inoue when Inoue's at a low point. When he stops and in front of him, you know, get defensively careless and allows himself to be hit, Tess.
Nobody's going to know he was in a fight when you see his face tomorrow. Paul Butler being completely outclassed here.
Tess, he's
Ariake
content.
Arena.
He's content, Tess. Butler is content with just going the distance. He can say, hey, I went the distance with Inoue. That's it. Nothing more.
And Wade comes out firing here in round 9.
Now Inoue is looking to match the rhythm of Butler. You see him on the bounce, bouncing just like Butler. Trying to match his rhythm. Trying a different way to open up Butler.
There you go, good. There you go, good. There's the right hand should have gone then. Either over or under. That second jab.
Tess, I'll let you know right now, I'll be happy if I don't ever see Butler ever again. He's not even contending in this fight. I'm just flabbergasted. I don't even know what to say, honestly. Just being extremely defensive, really not throwing any punches, not competing, just surviving.
The way I hear you talk and what I see out of Butler, you get the sense that to him the victory was getting the contract signed.
That's it. That's it. You got to understand that it's his first time fighting out of his country. It's his first title defense. You know, most of the time guys, they want to get a title defense and try to, most of the time guys, they want to get a title defense and try to, make a little bit money and have a voluntary defense or, but not just go straight to the top and then come in here and just lay an egg.
Don't stay there. Moving forward, move. Good. Nice, good. Lovely.
And you hear the constant encouragement and really more endorsement from his trainer, Joseph Gallagher, in terms of the movement. Nice, good, Paul. But Gallagher himself has to understand you're headed to a shutout loss no matter.
Yes.
So if a trainer's there to train you to victory, these are not the right instructions.
Well, he's following the game plan. The game plan is to be to don't take risks. And you can tell the game plan from the opening bell. And get Inoue over anxious and make him pay for his mistakes.
You're not making him pay at all, even if he was over anxious. There's no willingness to do that.
Well, more of the same. 1-2 combination right there lands from Inoue. No response from Butler. Pretty much target practice. That land directly on the chin. I got to tell you, Butler does have a beard on him, because that shot was deadly. Came right down the middle, right directly on the chin, and he took it well.
Round number 10 from Tokyo. Inoue with a body shot as Butler was up against the ropes.
That's where it's at. That's where it's at. Inoue need to come up with a quick combination up top to get those elbows inside and raised up to be able to land that shot to deliver. Double left hook would be awesome too. Touch high, go low. On the same side.
Three-punch combination that finishes with the left to the body.
Good two-piece right there from Butler.
That time willing to throw, and Inoue filled that gap with a right hand.
Nice, good. Felt that ball. There you go.
Now Butler going to the body, and then wide swinging up top with a right hand. Inoue fires back with this straight right, looking to split the guard.
Good.
Right hand from Inoue.
It's a good sequence right here. Consistent work from Inoue. Inoue should just take some of the steam off the punches and change the cadence up, speed things up.
What would that do for him, Timmy?
He can open up a big shot. Touch, 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 touch. Get him defensive, and then boom. A big shot downstairs.
There's a good right hand, and then the left finishing just underneath that right elbow of Paul Butler.
He got him right where he want him now. He's softening him up more and more. Hit him with flush shots down to the body.
Definitely picking up the pace here in round number 10. Went a few rounds trying to do anything. Wild antics just to try to get Butler to engage. Even went with the Roy Jones chicken pose in round number 8. But here just making his own offense of it.
I always tell you guys, nice little pull right there. You see Inoue reaching out with the left hand to pull the guard down and manipulate the guard and split the guard with the right hand. And there's some work from Butler coming back. Inoue sitting in the pocket trying to get him to open up, staying close enough so he can. but didn't anticipate that combination coming from Butler.
Championship rounds here for undisputed status at 118 pounds. Inoue's IBF, WBA, WBC titles on the line. Butler's WBO strap. It has been a clean sweep for Naoya Inoue here in Tokyo. 19th World Championship fight, 18-0 with 16 knockouts. But Butler has been taking on the attitude of trying to go the distance with the unified champ. Now Inoue with a combination to open up this 11th round.
Oh, and I love the speed on those punches. That's what I'm talking about. Changing up the cadence, baby. Speed coming down the middle, but now he needs to bring it downstairs. After he get those hands high and raised on Butler, attack that body.
Right hand to the body is a good one. And a big right hand that comes in. Great work from Inoue. Big combination scores the knockdown here in round 11. That power of Inoue comes through, and he gets it done at 11. Dismisses an unengaged Paul Butler by hitting the accelerator and putting on a show. Timmy, you said I love the speed and the power of these punches to open up this round, and it got to Butler. He did it again. Knockout victory for the monster.
Tess, it took some time to break down Butler. Butler did his best to try to survive and go 12 rounds with the monster.
And Naoya Inoue is now the first fighter from Asia to be a four-belt undisputed champion. All four are his. The king of the bantamweights, Naoya Inoue.
Test that sequence right before he came out when he was dancing and you seen him moving his feet. His corner, I don't know what they said, but I can assume what they said. They said, hey, wake up. Wake up, come on, you alive? Let's go. Go get this stoppage. Go get this stoppage.
And Tim, just for perspective, when a guy is trying to just survive, a guy like Butler is just saying, hey, I want to go the distance. How much of a challenge is it to close the show the way Inoue just did?
It's extremely hard, Tess, because you get bored. You get bored of doing the same thing, and you know, you're not getting the same result. You're trying new things, but he
Jimmy
figured it out,
Jr.
Tess.
to make it official.
He figured it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 9 seconds in round number 11. A referee stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated, and now boxing's first undisputed bantamweight champion of the world, Naoya, the Monster Inoue.
This was very important for Inoue to do this, to grab all four belts. He said he was so inspired this week when they had the final press conference and the weigh-in to see that last belt, and now they're all his. Naoya Inoue is the undisputed champion of the world in the four-belt era, only the 11th man overall to do that, the first bantamweight to do that. This man, this superstar who at 20 years old won the WBC light flyweight title, only 108 pounds, went on to win at junior bantamweight, and now at 118 pounds, his third division, he has all four belts. You can see, look at the nose of Butler. You can see the damage that was done. Beautiful work with the combinations, with the power in round number 11. And 1 minute and 9 seconds into round 11, it ends with a knockout victory for Inoue.
Tess, when you are dealing with a fighter like Butler and you get bored in there and you're not able to land that kill shot, but the way Inoue closed the show, he figured it out. He understood that Butler was weakening and he needed to step on the gas. His corner forced him to step on the gas, and he was able to get that stoppage. That's special. That's rare. That is truly rare to see.
And this will be the last fight for Inoue, he has said, at 118 pounds. Get all 4 belts and move on. Could be a super showdown with Stephen Fulton at 122.
2018年5月 WBA のベルトを巻いて4年と7ヶ月です。ついに4団体統一を果たしました井上尚弥選手です。
皆さんありがとうございました。4団体統一王者になりました。
Thank you very much, everyone. I finally became the undisputed the bantamweight world champion. Thank you very much.
井上尚弥選手、長い道のりだったと思います。
はい。
いかがですか。今4本のベルトがあなたの元にあります。
そうですね。この4年間すごく遠回りをしたような気もしますけど、まあこのバンタム級最終章という今日12月13日、まあ正直このバンタム級のウェイトも、楽ではない中、しっかりと仕上げてこの4団体統一という目標に向かって、突き進むことができました。そしてこの4団体統一を成し遂げた今、スーパーバンタム級への転向を考えています。
So this 4 years is a little bit long journey for me, but in the final chapter of bantamweight class on this December 13th, I finally made it. And I was able to make this a final goal of becoming undisputed world champion, and I made this path, and now I am considering to change my division up to super bantam class.
史上9人目、アジア人初、日本人初のその4団体統一です。このバンタム級にも思い残すところはないということなんでしょうか。
そうですね。もうこのバンタム級には思い残すことはなく、この史上9人目という数字が物語っているこの4団体統一の厳しさ、自分はスーパーフライ級時代から、この目標を掲げてやってきましたけど、やはり団体の垣根という難しい問題もあり、すごく遠回りしましたけど、今日12月13日最高の日になりました。ありがとうございました。
So nothing I do regret in this bantamweight class. I am the ninth the undisputed the champion in this in the history, and I know how it is very challenging for me to come this path. And from superfly the weight I have been aiming at achieving this, and there is some boundaries between the different the organization. But on this December 13th, I made it. So this is the greatest day of my moment.
さあ、直哉選手、改めてこのバンタム級最後の戦いになったと思います。振り返ってください。お願いします。
まず、今日、ここ日本で、バトラーとの4団体統一、この試合が成立したのも、バトラー陣営のおかげだと思っているので、ひとまず、感謝したいと思います。ありがとうございます。
So I made this, and this is because the battler came to Japan for me to become this undisputed champion. So first, I would like to appreciate my thank you to the battler camp.
ファンにとっては11ラウンドたっぷり井上尚弥選手の技術を見せてもらった試合だったとも思います。いかがでしょ
う。はい、前戦この試合は長引くであろうと自分も予想していた試合であるので、ここに集まってくれたファンの皆様、そして DTV 光 TV でご覧の皆様には、より多くのラウンドを今回見せることができて、自分自身そして、長くボクシングができたのですごく満足しています。本当にありがとうございました。
So as I anticipated this, the bout would become longer than usual, and the fans came to the venue, and also the audience through the DTV and the Hikari TV. I was able to show you longer round that I boxed, so I am very happy, and then I am really satisfied of boxing longer than usual today.
改めて2023年に向けて今この瞬間も日本のファン、世界のファンが見ていると思います。メッセージをください。
そうですね、スーパーバンタム級には強豪がひしめいているので、まあ今2人が2団体統一という立場にいて、なかなか挑戦ができる機会も、まあ、どうかなと思うんですけど、まあ、そこスーパーバンタム級に上げて、まあ、そこのトップ戦線に、入っていきたいなと2023年は、そんな思いでいっぱいです。
改めてご紹介します。 WBA、WBC、IBF、WBO 世界バンタム級王座統一王者です、井上尚弥選手です。
皆さん今日はありがとうございました。
So that is the scene right now in Tokyo, Japan at the Ariake Arena. And these are the highlights, Timmy, as we will take you right through the finish.
Inoue came out viciously, throwing punches with bad intentions. You know, Butler had something else in mind. He didn't come to win tonight. He came to survive, as Inoue made him a punching bag for the entire night until he stopped him in the 11th round.
So now you look at the resume for Naoya Inoue, and you realize that bottom line is unlike many have had. World title fights, now racing through 3 divisions, clearing out 118. Timmy, 19-0 with 17 knockouts in world title fights. And when you consider, the last fight he went the distance, it's a fight of the year. It's an all-time classic against Donaire in 2019 when he won the 12-round unanimous decision, and he did so with a broken nose and a broken orbital bone. So even in the fight where he did go the distance in recent years, it's an all-time classic performance.
Tess, it's going to be hard to beat this guy. It's going to be hard to beat Inoue, because you see the speed, you see the punching power, you see the accuracy in his shots, you see he carries his power even late in the fight. And then to go back to that first Donaire fight where he was injured and fighting with, both orbital bones fractured. He has that toughness, that grit to bite down in any close fights or any tough fights. He's one to continue to watch, Tess. And I know this was a one-sided beatdown, but I was impressed with his work, upstairs, downstairs. And then at the end, when he turned it on, he finally found the key. What I saw there was he recognized the pattern of Butler. Butler would check hook when he gets inside. He exchanged hooks with Butler and caught him and hurt him and stung him. And then the follow-up shots is what ended the fight.
You mentioned that he's going to be very, very hard to stop, no matter going up in weight. But there is a guy at 122 pounds, a unified champion, in Stephen Fulton. If that showdown does happen soon enough, what would you expect?
Ooh, Steve Fulton is a bad boy. It's a different weight class. It's a different animal going up in weight. Fulton can box. He can fight. He can fight from the southpaw stance. He can fight orthodox. He has good power, respectable power. He's shown his ability inside the ring as a champion as well. That's a tough matchup right there. It really is. It's an extremely tough matchup, I believe, for both men. Without watching film, I can't tell you who I favor in the fight, but it's a great, fantastic fight.
I would have to think, and I have great respect for Fulton, that the power that we've seen out of Inoue is going to carry to 122 and to 126. This is
There's no doubt. It's
all-time generational power. I mean, the list of pure power punchers in the history of the sport, where you have guys like Joe Louis and Sam Langford, like all-time punchers, all the way through guys like Julian Jackson and obviously so many heavyweights. But among lower weight class guys like Sandy Sadler and Jimmy Wild, this is a guy who's going to be thought of as on that list somewhere for the lower weight classes. This is all-time God-given power.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it, Tess. He's 29 years old. He has still a lot more to go. I don't think this is the finished product, to be honest with you. I think as he steps up in weight, he's going to have to continue to get better. I could tell you one area where I see he's a little weak, and that's inside and maintaining himself inside the pocket. I think he would have been better suited and probably would have got the stoppage if he didn't pull out and get out of range as often as possible if he would have stuck and cornered Butler and kept him occupied in that corner.
We want to remind you that this is our last broadcast of 2022. We have traveled the world and back. Great way to finish up. We will be back with heavyweights on January 14th on ESPN. Of course, we have an amazing light heavyweight fight coming your way between Artur Beterbiev and Anthony Yarde for Beterbiev's 3 belts at 175 pounds. That'll be coming your way on January 28th. We were just with those two fighters in London as they had a fierce stare down. And then on February 3rd, what an attractive matchup for the WBO 130-pound title between Emmanuel Navarrete and Oscar Valdez. Arnold Barboza and Pedraza, the co-feature on that night. That is Friday, February 3rd at 10 o'clock on ESPN, a Power Pack card. Of course, we'll keep watching to inform you what happens with the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world anticipated in 2023 between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. But tonight is about this undisputed champion. Naoya Inoue, KO 11 over Paul Butler.
Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus.
He's doing enough, John. I just think.
Well, it's what we said, isn't it? I mean, this October.
Well, obviously, that's better.
Oh, Casimiro got him. He's got him with a butt now. He's given hits. He's got him with a body shot, was it?
No, it was on the chin. It was a short right hook to the chin.
And he's in trouble.
He's all over the place.
He's in real trouble. Tete's in a lot of trouble. And the referee wants to look at him. He's allowing it to continue. But can Casimiro take him out here? It happened so quickly.
Vamos a ver la recuperación por parte de Santos. Aquí el filipino comienza con ganchos abajo. Ópera la cara. ¡Gol! ¡Sanadora, Santos!
Yo pienso que se acabó la pelea, Samuel. Samuel, si pienso que ya no se va a recuperar. Está con mucha dificultad. La cobra Santos. No, ya acabó la pelea, sí, muy mal. Este filipino se ve que tiene dinamita en sus nudillos. Pues ahora se ganó la oportunidad de ir por el título mundial que lo ostenta, como decíamos, Amat Roenrung. Dificultados, la cobra Santos. No, ya acabó la pelea, sí, muy mal.
Sí, se está recuperando Santos. Por eso está tratando ahí de conectar sus mejores golpes para finalizar este primer asalto izquierdoso. Durísimo el mentón de su rival, lo manda a la lona.
Sorprendido ya para acabarse el round. Sonó la campana al mismo tiempo. Lo conectó y sorprendido Santos, lo salvó la campana. Automáticamente es un round 10-8 para la esquina roja donde está John Casimiro. Salió decidido, salió a tambor batiente.
¿Cómo se despidió?
You are there, Dave. You struggled when you were in that division.
When I battled way back, there was about 26 fighters in Britain. Now,
beautiful shot.
Walked into it.
Straight into it. And he's hurt badly here, Charlie Edwards. He's going to do very well to recover. He's brave. He gets to his feet. His legs have gone. He's being asked to walk forward. Steve Gray's giving him every opportunity. Every opportunity. Casimiro wants to hold. There's over a minute left. Does he have the experience to hold? Can he recover from that? I don't successfully defends his IBF title on the...
Con la derecha Casimiro, atención, izquierda de Casimiro. Y viene el conteo. Que puede venir el knockout. Otra derecha más y otra izquierda. Se va al piso Lazarte. Está knockout. Atención, Filipinas. Está knockout Lazarte. Y viene el conteo. Puede venir el knockout. Otra derecha más y otra izquierda. Se va al piso Lazarte. Está knockout. De Casimero va a buscar guapo Lazarte, pero se va a ir al piso de nuevo. Está knockout. Lazarte. Lo está midiendo el filipino para definir la pelea. Vaya con la izquierda, lo tiene con la derecha, otra derecha más a la cabeza. Está knockout Lazarte, atención el árbitro. Vaya con la izquierda, lo tiene con la derecha, otra derecha más a la cabeza. Está knockout Lazarte, atención el árbitro. Atención.
Tumumba, Chino. Ano ba meron to sa Salguero na to? Ano ba kinain ito ngayong araw? Oh, na! Oh, Diyos ko, wala na. Tinigil na. That is it.
Tama yung ginawa ng referee dahil nga bumbog sarado na yung Salguero.
Too much punishment. Hindi na talaga kinaya. May hangganan yung Chino eh. Grabe ang tinanggap na punishment ng tao.
Yung sabi sa iyo yung gasolina importante. Ang ganda ng hook. Sabi natin wala pero nayanig. Ang ganda pa ng follow up.
Ayun yung sinasabi.
Too much punishment. Hindi na talaga kinaya.
This time puts a combination together. That time with the left, with the right, and again. And there you go, referee stop it. Victory para dito kay John Real Casimero.
Ninja.
챔피언 타그치 선수前にそのイメージというそのイメージといけた左行って右を右ここでまとめる左井上がさ前に出た井上が前に出るロンドンを背負ってるネギタが持ってくる井上尚弥がマンションを下がらせる井上尚弥世界に向けこのラウンドさらにダッシュを重ねるここでウィーが試合それを上回る6戦目の左だそして右の森ストレートそれがもう見えてる森ストレートから左の森ワンツースリーさらにはサバンナの井上のディフェンスも完璧じゃないでしょうかね
そうですね。特にボディが来てしまって今下にフェイントを入れると全部もう丸々状況になってますから、
これも
また振ってくるとこのカウンターのチャンスありますね。
非常に結果を捉えています。これをほら右から左
一番のス ストロングポイントなんですね。
はい、しかし右から左フックもガードしています。コモンの右のストレート、あとショートだ、井上翔太打ち勝っている、右のフックこの風を捉えている、井上尚弥、顔を言わせずに右のフック、井上のダメだ、やりました井上尚弥。
拳を痛めてしまってですね。
そうですね。なのでやっぱり打つところも
ふうに前回の最終12ラウンドのダウン劇を語っています。
ジャブの打ち終わりですね。アッパーしっかり狙ってましたね。
逆に村田さんからご覧になってペチマンボーンという選手はどういうふうに映ってますか。
ガードをしっかりしていて、井上選手に対する対策気分がもう違うと思うんですよね。でも強く打ってますね。
左のボディです。
大丈夫ですね。
上にパンチを浴びせて、その後に左のボディを放って右フック、右フックを放っている、右フックだ、右フックをガードになっていくブラジルのペチマンボーン、井上尚弥です。そしてこの表紙になるとさらに距離を詰めて足をかけていこうというところ、今俺は自分の中でもやはりガード、ディフェンスというところで課題になってしました。それが自分のキャリアにとっても大きいという話をしています。さあここでまとめていきます。コンパクトからどうなるか、右ストレートだ、黄金の右ストレート、立ち上がること聞こえた、相手の心のへし折る音だ、井上見事だ、右ストレートの京都、
よく出てますね。
そうですね。
はい。
左のボディー、あそこでない音が効いた、これは効いている、これは効いている、ボディが効いている。さあ前に出て井上尚弥が詰める。井上尚弥は的確にことをさばいていきます。そして左のボディー。
What is uncertainty? What is longing? What is hopeless?
Kahit pa nagsimula no pero wala na akong balak na tapusin. Di ibig sabihin pag di tinapos ako'y hinto na rin. Alam ko naman na di ako pinaka-ano magaling. Got no bitch with only you please. Destiny's a be better in. Lahat ng aking basura pupulutin natin nila. Kahit saan pa ako mapunta, lahat sa lupa aking mga paa. Mahiwaga bawat nakasarang bintana sa aking dati lahat ngayon'y nagbubukas. Dami sa ako na di ko inilan, dito na ako sa wakas. What? Di na pala palayangat ang bandera. Para nasa puso niya na ata tama. Ama sala matatigaw ang agiman. Bawat panan iwag-iway mo watawat. Watawat, watawat, di na magpapaawat. Iwawag kay bayang watawat. Pare-pares lang tayo may pagkakaiba, diba? Ika nila, ibang mundo nakikita niya. Mabuting iba, di gaya nila. Pikit ang mata, ang tama wala. Ha? 20-20, paulit-ulit, intelihente. Subalit ngunit, basagang lente. Pinunit ko pa akin, alam mo na. Maniwala, darating ang mga biyaya, higit pa sa lahat-lahat nagnawala. Daming sako na dito titigil hanggang sa wakas. What? Di na pala, para iangat ang bandera. Para nasa puso niyo na ata tama. Ama, sala, matatigawan o ilan. Bawal, bana, ibagay mo watawad. Di na magpapatawad, iwawag kay bayang watawad. Kung anong aking dapat gawin, di naman kayo natutong makinig.